Linear equations in two variables. In coordinate geometry, we learned how to plot a particular point in a Cartesian plane. So now, in this chapter of linear equations, we will learn how can we plot points in a Cartesian plane and what is the relation between algebraic equation and geometric figures. So let's start with this chapter. For basic introduction, let's solve this problem. Two players together scored 180 runs in a match. Represent it in algebraic form. So here are two players. Let's suppose that runs scored by player 1 are x runs and runs scored by player 2 are y runs. So according to the question, the sum of runs scored by both players is equal to 180. So that implies x plus y is equals to 180. So this is the algebraic representation of the above statement. These type of statements are known as linear equations in two variables. Here x is the variable 1 and y is the variable 2. And since the degree or the power of both x and y is 1, so this is a linear equation. Now let us look at the general definition of linear equation in two variables. Any equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, where a, b and c are real numbers and both a and b are not 0 simultaneously. Now the point to be noted here is that linear equation can be represented by variables such as x and y, or p and q, or t and s. So if I say 2p plus 4q is equals to 15, this equation is also a linear equation in two variables because I can write it in the above form. One more important point is that the value of a and b should not be 0 simultaneously. So it means that the coefficient of at least one variable should be non-zero. So if I look at the above example, x plus y is equals to 180. To write it in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, we will take 180 to the left hand side. That is minus 180 is equals to 0. On comparing this with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, we get a is equals to 1, b is equals to 1 and c is equals to minus 180. Here we can see that both a and b are not 0. So this is a linear equation in two variables. Now let's solve one more problem to clear the concept. Write the following equations in the form of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0 and indicate the values of a, b and c. I can also write down the equation as 3x plus 2y minus 9 is equals to 0. On comparing the equation with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, we get a is equals to 3, b is equals to 2 and c is equals to minus 9. The next equation is 4x minus 9y is equals to minus 8. Here again, on taking the constant term on left hand side, we get 4x minus 9y plus 8 is equals to 0. On comparing, a is equals to 4, b is equals to minus 9 and c is equals to 8. The next equation is y is equals to 2x plus 1. Now on taking y to the right hand side, we get 2x minus y plus 1 is equals to 0. On comparing, a is equals to 2, b is equals to minus 1 and c is equals to 1. Now the next equation is x is equals to minus 5y minus 8. On changing sides, x plus 5y plus 8 is equals to 0. On comparing, a is equals to 1, b is equals to 5 and c is equals to 8.